The ground you're walking on is waiting for your marriage. The day they announce you in church, the tectonic plates will shift and start dancing. You might not see it, but it's a known fact in physics that nothing is static on earth. Everything is vibrating to a certain degree. You just need to discern the frequency. Not everybody going through some hard challenges or trials in life has done something wrong necessarily. Not everybody going through trouble, rejection, resentment has done something wrong necessarily. But you know, when you're living around people who are legal, they always are trying to ask, what this time did this person do to deserve this? When a man understands the full counsel of God, they are very slow to judge a matter until they hear God. Until they hear God. What is God saying about this matter? That's a sign of maturity, to wait to hear God. Even when you could express yourself according to how far you're able to interpret and judge matters. And sometimes we find ourselves very excited to judge matters. There is a level you can't bewitch. There's some people that are bewitchable. There's some people you can't bewitch. Some are bewitchable. Others, you can't. They can't sit in a deliverance service. Even when they raise their hands, nothing will go off them because nothing is on them. Come on, somebody. They are and barren, not but barren. They are and barren. Those of you who are going to really be used mightily by God, you must prepare yourself early and buttress your soul to expect any sort of unfair treatment from this world. It's wicked. That's just how it goes. Has somebody here ever woken up to an accusation you have no clue about, of a thing you have not done, but almost all proof points to you? And you'd even sympathize with those accusing you and say, even if I was in their place, surely I would accuse me. Do I have some hands up there? That's happened to many of us. If it hasn't happened to you, it's only a matter of time. It's coming. You can be hated without cause. You can be accused of something you actually have no clue about. Don't clap yet to think that I've failed. Don't celebrate yet to think that this is the end of my story. Mine is not a but, mine is a and. It's only a matter of time. You will discover that God was in my story. I look delayed, but God was in my story. I look rejected, but God was in my story. He says, when I fall, I shall rise. It doesn't matter where you begin from. Just begin with God. Just begin with God. There's a person here. Your story begins like, and she had no father and mother because they had died earlier. And she was not raised by her father because he left early. You're not a victim. Yours is an and, not a but. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop carrying reproach and victimizing yourself. Because let me tell you something. The Bible says, let's consider our calling, brethren. Not many of us were wise. Not many of us were noble. Not many of us were mighty. Some of you are just forgetful. When you get to understand God a certain way, you add steps, you add springs, You add springs in your steps a little. And people say, but why is he confident? Because mine is an and, not a but. There is a glory of God going to be revealed very soon. I just need to know how to position myself and stay standing. So they chuck you and they find you on a plate of chicken. And they say, look at the dear woman. Maybe she's losing her mind. Escapism. No. You can't escape where you're not held in the first place. Did you get what I just said? I'm talking to that person who was fired because they could not compromise their conviction. And somebody says, Apostle, they sidestepped me. They chased me. They fired me. Why? Because at the point when they wanted me to manipulate the figures and put a per diem that was not due and take money that wasn't due, I said no.